one of them against Sydney FC in the derby for the Wanderers in 2022. Sydney FC get us underway at Allianz Stadium. They've been going win-loss, win-loss, win-loss so far this season. So in theory, Western United should be worried. But of course, Macca, we know that things don't always go according to the way the football gods have decided.
Well, that's why we like football, Robbie. That's why we love it. Robbie, straight away we see Anthony Caceres sitting a little deeper as we expected in that midfield role with no centre there, playing as the 6. And as you said, the weather down pitch side is not too bad, actually. It was down there half an hour, 20 minutes before kick-off, and it was quite nice in the shade. Maybe on the other side, Ryan Grant and his teammates on that side might be thinking it's a bit warm, but lovely night for football.
Already Joe Lolly and Wayne losing their footing momentarily. Here is Anas Wayne. It's a good ball forward for Patrick Klimala. 4 goals already this campaign for Klimala, who's hit the ground running in Australia. Lolly, square ball for Wayne as well. Nice turn from Segacic. Klimala taking over. And it's a good piece of defending from the 17-year-old Dylan Leonard, who turned that one behind. First corner of the match for the home side.
Well, it was nice football from Sydney FC, wasn't it? Wahim heavily involved, Klimala as well. And that little pass there is nice. Segacic just couldn't get away from Leonard, and he did well on the second occasion as well to block the shot.
Joe Lolly, back post. Oh, and there was a player falling. Tomoki Imai asking the question of the referee as play continues with Segacic. And now Caceres. Caceres again. Much prefers playing higher up the pitch than this number 6-year-old Douglas Costa. It's a great ball. It's a brilliant save as well. Matt Sutton with a great block to deny Patrick Klimala. Well, how many times this season already have we seen that wonderful delivery of an in-swinging left foot cross from Douglas Costa? We saw it again there. It had the Western United defence in all sorts of trouble. Now they come forward themselves. Shamoon on the charge. Ibasuki, little touch for Wallity. Look at the space here for Danzaki. He's taken an age. Danzaki's still there. And Western United have stunned Sydney FC. 2.5 minutes on the clock. And Noah Botic has got his name on the score sheet.
Well, from one end to the other, big shout out to Matt Sutton at one end, snuffing out the chance, and they go straight down the other. Wonderful football from Western United. Beautiful free-flowing attack down that left-hand side, but on the Harvey Norman replay, we have a look at the combination. Douglas Costa realises there he's going to foul, so he has to let the player go. And then it's beautiful combination inside. Thought the trigger might get pulled there, and Danzaki may have fluffed his lines a little, but in the end, when the block's made, Noah Botic is exactly where you want your striker to be. Right on the spot to tap it away, but it's wonderful football down this left-hand side.
And still no clean sheet for Sydney FC. Mufuk Talay has been mixing up his goalkeepers with Devin Ishmael starting the last 3, only to be sent off. And the relief on the face of Riku Danzaki, because he knows he did almost fluff his lines there. Well, they have conceded the opening goal in 5 of their previous 6 matches, Western United. But they have the lead here. The only other time they took the lead, it was in Adelaide against the Reds, and they lost that one. So they'll be hoping for a different outcome. Lovely skill from Abel Wallity as he's brought down.
Well, he looks sharp already today, doesn't he? And involvement in the lead-up in the goal. And here he shows some sharp feet as well, just to cut back inside. Nothing that Anthony Caceres can do except bring him down.
Well, he'll do the job, Anthony Caceres, but it's not his preferred position. There's no Corey Holman, who played a lot last season in that number 6 role, but he's not even in the matchday squad, sidelined with injury at the moment. And so they are a little short in the number 6 department, with Leo Senna not risked from the start of the match after that knock he picked up against the Mariners. Quality, little ball over the top. Now, Hiroshi Ibasuki is a big, strong attacker, and he was flattened just inside the penalty box there. For the moment, play on, but Ibasuki was certainly asking the question.
Well, he was straight away calling. I thought he was blocked on the way through or fouled.
Costa with Segicic. He's got some skills in his locker as well. The foul by Dylan Leonard. One youngster on another.
What I like there is the fact that Leonard's like, what? I don't know why that's a foul after he blatantly just brings him down.
Well, he's a youngster who's hit the ground running in the A-League. He's already scored. He's already been sent off. He's already scored an own goal.
Well, he's done it all, hasn't he?
At 17. Finished football. Tick. What's next? And again, Douglas Costa. A Brazil international World Cup player with that left boot. In it comes. Delivery is good again. The header was from Jordan Courtney Perkins. Just over the crossbar.
Well, just on Dylan Leonard, you talk about he's done it all already with the red cards and own goals. It's a testament to his character. Players spoke to the staff and players, and they said the way he bounced back from that, they got around him, and a lesser player may have gone into his shell, but here he is again. Faith from his coach that he can do the job. He's doing it well. Faith in the 6-yard box as well. Yeah.
As they knock it around and play it against a side known for its aggressive press in Sydney FC. Ibasuki's glancing header. Well, that early goal not only gives Western United a precious lead in the 3rd minute, but so far this season, and it's been a real Jekyll and Hyde season so far for Sydney FC, as Segicic is side down again. This time it's Botic with the foul, and he'll pick up a yellow.
Oh, that was a typical striker's challenge, wasn't it? He was late to it. Lunges in as the ball breaks free.
Adrian Segicic, who burst onto the scene a couple of years ago now. He decided to stay at Sydney FC when there was plenty of talk about him heading overseas. In the end, he did go to the Netherlands. Now, the referee is just telling Hayden Matthews to wait a moment. Now play can continue. VAR may have just been checking something.
Yes.
What I was going to say about Sydney FC's season so far is that when they score first, they win, and when they concede first, they lose. Or at least that's how it's been in the first 6 rounds. Ryan Grant felt that should have been his throw, and in the end the referee has changed his opinion. John Aloisi there. Just see a black armband on his left sleeve, John Aloisi. That's for the passing of his grandmother. So all our best wishes to John Aloisi and his family. The throw taken quickly. Douglas Costa, big switch of play for Joe Lolly. Unusual to see him on the left. Joe Lolly, it's a great cutback, and it's another brilliant stop from Sutton this time to deny Adrian Segicic.
Yeah, it's a great save. And it's Joe Lolly on the left causing problems. And you see here, as the ball comes across, Western United defenders just a little sloppy in their marking and allow the shot to get away. And that's a great reaction save.
The corner taken quickly. Segicic's touch with Caceres. Here's Popovic. He looks up and crosses. Ibasuki doing the defensive duties always. Anas Waim has drilled that ball. That referee, Jack Morgan. It will be a Sydney ball. Have a look at this.
Knocked the spray right out of its pocket. He did his best to get out the way, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think it was a deliberate handball by Jack Morgan. Popovic again looking for the run of Segicic. Waim trying to just run a little screen for him. Again, there's Dylan Leonard across covering. That's twice we've seen Leonard come across and cover him behind Imai as well. Down in front of the Cove with the chance, and again Western United play their way out, and Wallity is fouled. Ryan Grant thinks there was a handball in there.
Well, I just noticed that if he's looking a little relaxed, he's normally suited and booted for the game, isn't he? Today he's maybe a little bit summer festive feels. He's gone a little relaxed.
Perhaps he feels he's got to try and change something up.
Well, there's a little bit of talk about the red cards and discipline. Maybe he's taking a more relaxed approach this time.
Well, he's had to do some thinking this week as well, with Leo Senna and Corey Holman out as well. Perhaps he didn't have enough time to think about the wardrobe. Sydney FC won this fixture 4-2 last season after Angus Thurgate had given Western United an early lead. It was then pretty much one-way traffic. Fabio, Joe Lolly twice, and Jack Rodwell on the score sheet. Ryan Grant, why him? First time strike again. Well, he got a hat-trick in the AFC Champions League 2 recently against Eastern FC. Anas Waim knows where the back of the net is. The Sydney FC number 8. Turning into trouble in the form of Grant and Costa. Waim again with Costa. That's a good little touch. Segicic, square ball towards Klimala. It's still there, surely off the post. And now the flag goes up.
Well, he was clearly in an offside position as the ball was played through. And that scramble resulted in nothing. It was there, not Klimala, but the ball before that was played in behind.
Klimala, who was on the score sheet against the Mariners, gave Sydney FC hope in that one, despite playing a player down for the entirety of the second half. Klimala's also scored in the 2 derbies against Western Sydney so far this season. Long ball over the top this time. Overhit. Thurgate, that's a great switch of play. Grant sucked into the middle, space for Wallity. Danzaki at the back post, Ibasuki's there! Just wide. Well, he had a great chance, not dissimilar last weekend as well, which he couldn't steer inside the post. That one just a little bit behind him.
Well, what about the one-touch football? To sweep that ball all the way up the field, through the midfield, across to the other side. Bill Wallity just weighed up the choices for the cross. And Hiroshi Ibusuki will be wondering, should I have hit the target there? We saw some beautiful football for their opening goal, Western United, and there was another passage of play there that was lovely to watch.
Imai felt that he'd done enough there with that challenge on Lolly. It was certainly a physical challenge. Now the ball over the top from Caceres. Leonard holding on. Klimala. He's done well, Klimala. And then he's just pushed over by Leonard. He's got to keep his arms down. That's dangerous tactics. Nice ball way in for Segicic again. And there's the finish. It's another brilliant save from Sutton. That's 3 now.
Well, what a save that was. Again, it was Klimala holding up the play. Anas Wahim, he is pulling the strings in these areas. And watch this save right there. Right off the studs. Oh, that is a wonderful save. Stretching the left foot out.
Well, they lead 1-0. And Sutton has been just about player of the match for them so far. Wouldn't have wanted to be caught out there by Douglas Costa going straight for goal from the corner. An absolute champion burst onto the scene with Shakhtar Donetsk, the Ukrainian side, under Mircea Lucescu. Won the league in Germany with Bayern Munich, won the league with Juventus in Italy. Champions League winner, big game player, Douglas Costa, and Sydney FC need him here. They've just lacked consistency. It's only his 4th appearance of the season for Sydney, who have had a bye. This is their 7th game of the campaign. Now Russell. Caceres with Lolly. Courtney Perkins, and now Popovic. Wayne. The little 1-2. Asking for the free kick from Bozanovski. It's a great ball. Grant beaten. Wallity. He's in behind. Is he going to shoot this time? He does, but tamely.
He's powerful and strong. Wallity, isn't he? On that occasion, I thought he may have been able to take another touch closer. He was a bit of space between himself and the recovering defenders.
Amazing story of Abel Wallity, which you can read on aleagues.com.au, of how he arrived in Australia. He had been living with his grandma. He didn't want to leave Africa. It's there, the challenge by Imai and the yellow card. Arrived in Australia to join up with his mum. Didn't speak any English, and it was football that helped him integrate into school, because that is late from Imai on Wayne. Western United's most appearances ever in all competitions. Tomoki Imai. Caceres with Wayne again, seeing a lot of the football. The German-Moroccan number 8. Socceroo Hayden Matthews, who became Sydney FC's youngest ever captain when he led out his side against Kaya FC in the Champions League 2 last week. Matt Sutton arriving, playing second fiddle to Tom Hewitt-Bell last season at Western United after 3 years at Melbourne City. Before that, 3 at Melbourne Victory.
And in keeping with the threes, it's been 3 great saves today.
Shamoon just getting the better of Klimala. Now foul on Thurgate from Joe Lolly, just preventing another breakaway because Wallity was in a little bit of space down that left flank again.
He's had a couple of occasions where he's had space on that left-hand side, hasn't he, Wallity? Looking to get forward and expose Ryan Grant in behind wherever he can.
Very entertaining 21 minutes so far. Sydney's turn to invite the press, and you can see 3 green shirts on the edge of the area. Now they come. Caceres. Well, when you have such good technicians, look at this, they've played their way out. In the end, Douglas Costa with the loosish pass. They've still got it though. Well, that could have been a whole lot more dangerous for Western United than it ended up being. Here's Wallity again. The early cross, Ibasuki! Well, he's disappointed with himself, but that was not far away.
Well, again, it's Abel Wallity down that left-hand side, causing all kinds of problems. You can see there, he just uses Ryan Grant, the defender in front of him, as a marker to bend it around him, and Hiroshi Ibasuki will be a little disappointed again that he hasn't hit the target. They are a little difficult, those ones that when they bounce and skid up at you, trying to keep them down as you're moving forward. But you can see he's discussed in not at least testing Andrew Redmayne.
Did make great connection though, really flew off the boot.
Is it great connection if it's not flying into the goal?
Different direction, connection. That was the 13th shot of this match. 22.5 minutes in. 8 shots for Sydney and 4 saves from Matt Sutton. 3 of them absolutely spectacular, including one which basically started the move for the goal that they scored. Oh, look at the space now for Klimala to run into. Segacic and Lolly trying to join him in the middle. Klimala still for Lolly. It was a great ball. How did he pick him out at the back post? And Lolly, not such good direction or connection.
Well, he connected all right, but the direction wasn't there. Wonderful sweeping move from Sydney FC. Anas Wahim with lovely quick 2-touch, and you can see Klimala, he's waiting, he's looking, he's sizing up the situation, and that's a great ball. And Joe Lolly just didn't get the angle of the foot right. Maybe came a little bit off the heel.
Chances created so far in the match. Abel Wallity 3, Douglas Costa 2. He's in some fairly good company there. Always Redmayne comes, the flag is up against Danzaki. He did look offside when he set off, but a little moment for Sydney FC there where Devonish Mears, for example, was red carded last week for coming for a ball like that over the top. Drinks break here because it is warm in Sydney, and unless we have a sharp drop in temperatures in the second half, we'll have a drinks break midway through the second half as well. A chance for us now to head down pitch side with Tristan McManus. Tristan, how have you found this opening 25 minutes?
Oh, it's definitely been exciting, guys. I've really liked it. It's great to hear the Sydney fans still behind the team. I mean, it's easy to get behind teams when they're winning, but they're trying to lift them. And what's even better than that, I suppose, is it's great to see Western United still going at them. They haven't surprised themselves with being ahead, even though it's been so early. Sydney are obviously building into the game. Something's been out of control. That guy's hectic. 5 games last season. He's made about 75 saves already, and he's been great. But yeah, look at Western are still going at them, and it's great. John Aloisi talked about the belief in the team. You could see it. They didn't start great against Victory, but the belief start building in it. They had great belief last week, and it's paying off now, and they're good for the lead, I think.
Thank you, Tristan. Well, he has been very impressive. Sutton, just 15 A-League matches in a career that started at Melbourne Victory, a professional contract. He never made an A-League appearance for Victory, but that was back in 2017. Not a bad goalkeeping coach, though.
Yeah, not bad at all. Plenty of experience there to pass on.
Michael Theo,
yeah. But they won't want to be relying on Matt Sutton too much, just looking at where the shots have come from Sydney. 7 of them are in and around that penalty spot area, so they're getting into good positions. And if they keep allowing Sydney to get into those positions, get shots, invariably you'd think one at least will end up in the back of the net.
Yes.
well, they haven't had a problem scoring goals. They've only failed to score once this season. That was at home to San Frecce in the Champions League, in a match where they really were probably better than San Frecce down at Cogra Oval.
Yes, Reece.
Wayne dragged down by Reece Bozanovski. You could hear in the effects, Mike, John Aloisi just saying yes when he saw that Reece Bozanovski was closing in. Oh, he's going to get a yellow card. That is now 3 yellow cards for Western United in the opening 27 minutes. Botic, Imai, and now Bozanovski.
It's good skill from Waheem, wasn't it? The chest went up a little bit, so then readjusted. Little header in behind and was turned and was away. And that's when he felt Bozanovski tug at the shoulder.
Waheem and Costa. It is Costa. It's another great ball, back post. Sutton again off the post. And Dylan Leonard somehow. They survive. And how about that from the 17-year-old with a cool head dribbling out of defence. And here they are trying to turn defence into attack again. Well, you said they won't be wanting too many of that. They've ridden their luck again, Western United.
Well, it was a delightful ball in, wasn't it? Just the bend on the ball coming in causes all kinds of problems.
Well, Matt Sutton, who was beaten 3 times by Melbourne Victory 2 weeks ago before responding with that first clean sheet of the season last week, has now been in quite inspired form.
And have a look at that ball from Douglas Costa, and as it comes back, it comes off Angus Thurgate, I believe, and back into the post. And then Dylan Leonard just says, well, I'm just going to dribble my way out of this. Bodies everywhere, no problem.
It was probably the least convincing save from Sutton, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Just hit him on the chest and caused all sorts of drama in the box. Given away that time by Douglas Costa. Tate Russell with Sutton. The jiu-jitsu control from Abel Wality. But Ryan Grant did well. Costa for Segicic. Waheem. Caceres. Costa again. That's another good ball into the danger zone. Waheem. Courtney Perkins, Joe Lolly now. Sydney trying to get numbers forward, trying to keep the pressure on. Ryan Grant, that was a classic run at the back post, but Caceres just didn't spot him early enough. Segicic. Courtney Perkins. Good passage of play this from Sydney FC. Possession. Over 20 passes. And then it's Grant that gives it away. Quality. Manages to earn the throw off Douglas Costa. Sydney FC, who have been conceding goals, not scoring that many either, not enough to get them clear in games. That has also been a problem, as there was a line of 4 looking to run onto that if Angus Thurgate's pass had been able to get through. They do get their shots on target though. One of the best in the league in terms of percentages, as Bozanovski finds space for Shamoun. He shoots, saved by Redmayne. Spectacular flying punch from Andrew Redmayne. He got plenty of distance on it as well. Now Russell taking on Courtney Perkins. Well, Sydney may have more of the ball, but Western United, when they come forward, do look dangerous.
Yeah. Both teams have shown some really flowing, intelligent football, particularly around the edge of their opposition penalty box. And the amount of times that Western United have moved that ball into that left-hand side of their field as well to create an overload.
Talk about an overload. Look at that 6-yard box. There's 18 players in there, all as Botic got front position, then went to ground far too easily on Douglas Costa, and then Angus Thurgate, fairly unintentionally, I think, just catching Douglas Costa by being too nice.
I think he slipped, but I'm not sure if he realised he slipped and thought, I need to do something here. Let's have a look. Just leaves the leg hanging out there.
Matthews with Grant. Lolly back on his preferred left side, wrestling with the young kid Dylan Leonard. Foul by Caceres. In fact, it's Popovic through the back of Botic. John Aloisi asking where the yellow cards are, because it's a fairly one-sided count at the moment.
Yeah, the coaching staff of Western United were all up on their feet there saying, well, come on, fair's fair.
Aloisi still. 3 yellow cards for Western United. The 4th official, Tim Danaskos, getting an earful. John Aloisi in the coaching staff, and it's still going down there in their technical area. Lolly against Shamoun. Lolly. Shamoun's done well, but Lolly's still got it. Still going, Lolly. Battered away by Sutton.
Well, it was a one-on-one duel there, wasn't it? Shamoun v Lolly. He twisted and turned, back on his left, inside, outside. Looked like he'd gone for a moment, slipped, brings it back again. And then it's Sutton again to the rescue.
Corner, Wayne. It's gone straight out of play. The header from Ryan Grant, who climbed well inside the 6-yard box, but the ball had already gone out for a goal kick. Sydney yet to score from a corner this season. Western United have 2. Ball bouncing off the chest of Botic, and Thurgate almost found Wallity. Caceres with Douglas Costa, Segicic. Ooh, now Leonard is going to get his booking now. And he can't have too many complaints, but the problem now is that that's 4 Western United players in the book, and the tone has been set as well.
Yeah, no arguments there. And Segicic just gets the toe in and he's away. And they were covering defenders centrally, so no question it was going to be any more than a yellow.
There's Douglas Costa looking at this one. His left foot is capable of all sorts of wonders. Mind you, Anas Waims is not too bad either, his right boot. The 2 technicians standing over this free kick. It is Douglas Costa. It bounces potentially dangerously in front of Matt Sutton, but it's a very straightforward save considering the likes of which he's already pulled off today. Caceres with Popovic. Sydney FC, 11 shots, 6 on target, 70% possession. Oh, and it's turned over cheaply by Danzaki. Lolly, Klimala's at the back post. Segicic this time. Well, he's had 3 opportunities denied twice by Matt Sutton, but not at the 3rd time of asking. And Sydney FC are back on level terms, and it's nothing less than they deserve. 37 minutes on the clock.
Well, it was an awful turnover on the Harvey Norman replay. Riku Danzaki just totally miscued. And we spoke about Sydney FC having opportunities in that penalty spot area, and Western United being put to the sword if they gave them more. Well, there's another one. Rolled into the spot by Joe Lolly, and Adrian Segicic buries it with ease. And what was looking promising for Western United going forward on the attack certainly quickly turned into a disaster.
The 2nd career goal in the A-League for Adrian Segicic. He does have a couple of cup goals and a couple of Champions League 2 goals as well. And here's Klimala as Sydney look to drive home their advantage now. Oh, the ball behind Douglas Costa. His only other A-League goal came 2 years ago against MacArthur, a tap-in. Adrian Segicic. In between times, he had a spell in the Netherlands with Dordrecht as well. Only back on loan. Russell. The ball ricocheting around. Ibasuki fouled by Wayne. Oh, well, that gets a yellow card. Well, Wayne asking how is that possible? I think the referee, perhaps that's a make-up for the one a couple of moments earlier. William bearing the brunt on this occasion. 5th yellow card already. 38 minutes on the clock. You can hear Ufuk-Tele screaming at Courtney Perkins to keep going, and he did just that. It was a good run. Sydney very quick to take their throw-ins, always trying to get the ball in play. Try and take the game at every opportunity to their opposition. Segicic is looking for the little touch for Courtney Perkins. screaming at his players to step up, to compress the field, don't leave spaces for these Sydney FC players to put their foot on the ball. It can be fatal. Bottage with Thurgate, looks up early. It's over Ibasuki. Good ball, well played, Klimala. Klimala still riding that challenge of Dylan Leonard. Now Shamoon under pressure.
Well, we see that quite often with Patrick Klimala, don't we? He makes so many good runs in behind that when he gets into a wider position in that inside the opposition box, he's generally waiting for players to come with him. He's always trying to test the line, run off the shoulders of defenders to break him behind. And then it's up to him to hold that ball up and wait for the support play to arrive.
Matthews. Costa. He's given it away. And he's mixed some outstanding delivery with a couple of lazy touches this afternoon, Douglas Costa. A couple of late summer stormy clouds just starting to gather over Allianz Stadium. Double header today with Sydney FC women taking on the Newcastle Jets after this match here. Potentially painful one. Danzaki and Courtney Perkins coming together.
Lots of bodies going in there. Both coaches having their say with the fourth official on the sideline. He's getting it in stereo.
Russell back with Imai. Ibasuki. Shamoon for Wallity. Oh, he's done that cleverly again, Abel Wallity. He's got the better of Ryan Grant, needs to find an option. He's invited Ryan Grant back for more. And now he's found Thurgate. Excellent football. Little touch. Oh, Bottage just couldn't make the right angle for the pass. He may have another chance here. Bozanovski's shot. And again, with a rare foray forward, Western United sowing panic in the Sydney FC defensive box. Douglas Costa now accelerates against Thurgate. Klimala, no one in the area. The illustration of the point you were just making. Douglas Costa shoots, blocked by Leonard. Lolly, early ball, Klimala. Oh, another amazing save. Flags up for offside, it wouldn't have counted.
Well, Sutton wasn't to know that. Again, he's done well in goals. He's having a sterling game today. And again, the dangers shown here from the delivery. You can see clearly in an offside position, but it's a wonderful ball in. If it's not Douglas Costa, you've got Joe Lolly to worry about as well. If it's not Joe Lolly, then Anas Waheem says, how about it, I'll have a go. Plenty to pick from in attacking forays for Sydney FC.
Bozanovski with Ibasuki coming deep, looking for the ball. Hero, as he's affectionately known, and as he was affectionately known in Adelaide as well, where he spent 3 excellent seasons. Shamoon. Western United have actually made more passes this season than any other side, apart from MacArthur. stayed in. Matthews getting the better of Wallity. Now the pincer movement, they've won it back, Botic. Noah Botic still. Bozanovski, that's an important challenge from Segicic. And Sydney have it back. Waim, the pass for Klimala is perfect. Oh, it's another great save. Again, Sutton with the legs to deny Patrick Klimala. Sydney FC must be wondering how they are not leading this contest. In first half stoppage time. Lolly with Courtney Perkins as they come again. Waim. Another brilliant little pass from Waim for that run of Klimala. Caceres, Courtney Perkins, Lolly. They found Waim again. Have to be careful. Bozanovski lunging in as Waim gets to the byline. The cutback, and it's Adrian Segicic with his second. Well, I'm not sure he's put this game to bed just yet, but he certainly will sleep well this evening. 2 goals for the youngster in his first start of the season in the A-League. And Sydney lead in stoppage time by 2-1.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, it's that man again, Anas Brahim, has been absolutely sensational with his passes in and around the box. Lolly plays it in and he shows good strength here to keep driving. Manages to cut it back, and Adrian Segicic right around that 6-yard box again. Almost a carbon copy of his last finish, just tucks it away into that far post area. And for all the good work that Matt Sutton has done in this first half, he finds himself now behind.
Did Ufuk-Talay enjoy that? After goals against Sanfrecce and Kaya in the Champions League 2 competition this season, he's now opened his A-League account, and in some style, Adrian Segicic as Sydney FC in a dramatic first half of football here at Allianz Stadium have come from behind to lead 2-1 despite the heroics of Matt Sutton in the Western United goal, and they may come again here. Lolly. Tate Russell had to make up for that. He did so only just. Well, it's been a breathless first half of football here in Sydney. Western United taking an early lead through Noah Botic's second of the season in just the 3rd minute. Matt Sutton preserved that lead for much of the first half before Adrian Segicic in the 37th minute and then the 47th in first half stoppage time. At the double, the first brace of his young career, has Sydney FC leading the visitors from Melbourne by 2-1. And we will have all the half-time analysis after the break. Don't go away. came through the ranks at Parramatta before signing his first senior deal with Sydney FC in 2020. We're just about set for the start. We are underway in the second half. Western United all of a sudden chasing the game, and they've had plenty of chances of their own as well. In that first half, 18 shots from Sydney FC, 12 on target, 9 saves from Matt Sutton. Quite remarkable performance, and beaten twice. And here comes Sydney again. The challenge by Leonard Orr. Segicic has won it straight back. And Bozanovsky. It's already a helter-skelter start to the second half. 7 shots in that first half of football from Western United as well. 4 on target, and Ibasuki had a couple that flashed just wide as well. Andrew Redmayne with a couple of saves. Shamoon, Ibasuki, clever little touch. Bozanovsky for Danzaki. His cross, back post. Wallity is there, and he's scored! He's equalised less than a minute into the second half. And Abel Wallity with the header at the back post. And the build-up was eerily reminiscent of their first goal as they came down the left, switched across the face of goal. Danzaki this time, instead of shooting, crossing to the back post. And Abel Wallity with a pinpoint header inside the far post. Well, just what the game needed. An early equaliser to set up this second half. I was just saying, they looked dangerous. So many times they came forward in the first half. Well, they've got their rewards, and that young man has his reward as well. A second career goal, his first of this season for Abel Wallity. Now, Douglas Costa with the big switch of play for Lolly. Unintentionally finds way in. Lolly again, cross back post. Klimala is there! 3-2! Well, Klimala is celebrating. Referee says handball. Klimala saying no. This will have to be checked. Klimala is very confident that this will be 3-2.
Well, let's have a look here. As this ball comes in, we see Klimala here at the back post area. Well, you can't really see from that angle, can you?
Well, I think we've just heard from the referees that the handball has been confirmed. Of course, handball by the goal scorer, accidental, still counts. If it had been another player that accidentally handled and then found Klimala, or if someone else had finished, then it would have stood. But it did hit the arm of Patrick Klimala. It helped him control the ball, unintentional or otherwise, natural position or otherwise. The fact that he was the goal scorer means that that goal is chalked off. Well, no lack of drama at the start of this second half either, as Segicic. That was Douglas Costa-esque.
Just add into the list of players who can whip a ball in for Sydney FC.
Now we have a problem for Charbel Shamoun. As you see the lineups at the bottom of your screen, Shamoun has stayed down. Let's have a look. Well, there's the hand and the arm from Klimala.
Yeah. I think referees have got that one right.
Referee sharing the drink of Bozanovsky and Imai, explaining a couple of decisions along the way. It looks like a left hip or abdomen problem, something for Charbel Chamoun. Abel Wallety's only other goal in the A-League came in a thrilling 4-3 win over Perth towards the end of last season. Already had a spell overseas with Akademsk in Denmark. Another one of the youngsters with big raps in the A-League competition. Been given the opportunity to shine this season.
Yes, there you go.
Grant. Costa.
Yes, Reese.
Great ball. Good control from Waim as well. Russell. Under pressure. Manages to get it clear. Doesn't concede the corner. Douglas Costa still, it's another good ball into the feet of Segicic. On a hat-trick, the number 7. And that's why him just saying he can still pass.
Well, it was a nice little reverse pass from Costa. And Segicic has been very dangerous in those areas, hasn't he? He's going to give Tale a headache on decisions for next week in that midfield if Senna's fully fit.
Now this is a problem for Charbel Chamoun, who is not going to be able to continue. Rico Danzaki is running back with some instruction for his teammates as well, having just received that from John Aloisi. Well, I did hear that Ufuk Talay thinks that Adrian Segicic could play as a number 6 alongside Caceres with necessary. Clearly, Adrian Segicic doesn't want that to be the case, so has scored 2 goals and has played very attacking as the substitution sees Kane Vidmar come on to replace Charbel Chamoun 8 minutes into the second half. Header at the near post. Goal kick.
Well, he got up so well for that one, Clemara. I think he ended up chesting it. He's up over the ball.
First change of the match. How about that? Pass through the lines from Sutton. Ibasuki with Imai. Tomoki Imai with the cross, back post. Just behind Wallety. Ryan Grant's done well. Referee in the end blowing the whistle. So Tomoki Imai has moved to right back, where he played a lot during the championship season of Western United. And we've got the kids in the middle. Vidmar and Leonard again as Redmayne invites the pressure. Looks a little bit lucky, but Segacic is away again. They've got 4 forward here. He needs to release and does so with Lolly. Klimala and Waim are there as well. It's back for Segacic. Threw himself to ground. Danzaki being hunted by Sydney FC players. Segacic has stayed down. Now Danzaki with Thurgate. Space on the left for what? Oh, and that's a real opportunity gone begging. Wality again was in space on the left.
Yeah. If that one found its mark, Sydney were in trouble.
I think Segacic is trying to show the referee, is it some blood or something? As Waim's done brilliantly. Segacic now!
And he's still showing the referee. Well, that's all good and well, but...
Well, he's got to leave the field if he's showing the referee that he's bleeding.
Yeah. Going back to where he thought he was fouled. Watch here, he throws himself down into the body of the defender. It's Botic.
Well, he clearly banged his nose somewhere on the way down. Now Botic, clever pass for Danzaki. Riku Danzaki with Ibasuki. He blasts the ball into the net off the underside of the bar, but the flag is up for offside. That one looked a little tighter.
Well, I thought it was clear, Ibasuki's. Danzaki, I thought, done well in the first instance to remain onside, and then Ibasuki just went a little too early. You'll see here, clearly offside. And we have to send Robbie to Specsavers just to...
We are a long way from the ground. That's the angle. Fuktele.
He's saying the same. Look, it was the angle there. Don't go there.
Now Segacic has finally been sent to the sideline to deal with the bloody nose a good 3 or 4 minutes after the incident. Now he's having a go at poor old Tim Danaskos, the 4th official. He's had a good game, Adrian Segacic. He's been allowed straight back onto the field of play as Andrew Redmayne takes his time. So
I think that was experience from Andrew Redmayne. He just stood there and said, well, we'll wait. The referee should have been saying, no,
we can play.
Get on with the game while he gets his nose fixed.
I think John Ellis can't quite believe it.
He's dumbfounded, as we are.
So during the whole process as well, Douglas Costa was in deep conversation with a Fuktele on the sideline. Klimala goes to ground. Tate Russell takes over. Clears long for Danzaki. Looking to get the better of Courtney Perkins. Has done. There's going to be a booking here for the Sydney FC number 4. So he joins Anas Waim, as well as Leonard Bozanovsky, Imai and Botic in the referee's book.
He showed really good strength there, didn't he? Riku Danzaki got the better of Courtney Perkins.
Free kick for Western United. While as he steps over, it will be Thurgate to deliver from a long way out. Imai's header. Danzaki drives it back in. Oh, big misconnection that time from Hayden Matthews, but they got away with it. Grant for Segacic. Waiting for the ball to arrive. Oh, he's done that brilliantly. Segacic in and out. Talented young Australian really putting on a show this afternoon. I'm sure Douglas Costa will be impressed. He's in the side for Costa's compatriot Leo Senna, who's been outstanding at the start of the season as well. Thurgate. Wallity, who switched flanks, taking on Courtney Perkins, who's no slouch.
Well, Wallity was having an almighty ding-dong on the other side of the field, wasn't he, with Ryan Grant? Now he's decided to go and give Courtney Perkins some of the same.
Now Wallity with the corner. Ball back post. Bosanowski trying to get there, and Redmayne not taking any chances, as that one could have dropped onto the crossbar.
Segacic with the header.
In it comes again. Hook back across, Bosanowski's header, and then the follow-up, and Rhys Bosanowski has given Western United the lead just after the hour mark, and this topsy-turvy match has taken another twist.
Well, it was just a case of more desire, really, from Rhys Bosanowski. As the corner comes in on the Harvey Norman replay, the ball goes up in the air. Andrew Redmayne comes for it, doesn't quite get enough. It's flicked back central. There's plenty of shirts and numbers around, but Rhys Bosanowski just doesn't give up. Tries with the header, gets the second one, chests it down and puts it away. Andrew Redmayne flaps there, and it's Tomoki Imai who does well to get it back in, and as it falls back down, he's quickest to react. And it's 3-2 to Western United.
And a first career goal for the former Melbourne City youngster in his 33rd A-League appearance. He's been an ever-present, whether in the starting lineup or off the bench this season, and rewarded with his first goal. John Aloisi playing the kids this season and getting his reward. VAR had a good long look at it, and goal confirmed.
Well, we said that Sydney offer up opportunities for their opponents. Western United have capitalised. Couldn't do so last week. Well, this week they've bagged 3 already.
Ibasuki again, little touch for Wallity. Ibasuki goes again. Gets there and just, in his efforts to get there, and swung the leg at it in the end. Overhit everything. Foul by Waim on Thurgate. All of a sudden, Sydney looking a little bit groggy, haven't they? They've been hit with a couple.
Well, I must admit, when I was on my way back up from half-time, my thoughts were that Sydney have probably come out in this second half. They were taking control of the match. Well, Western United have really put paid to that.
Well, it's been a fantastic response so far in nearly 20 minutes of this second half, and Sydney FC still looking for it all to click this season. Thurgate again towards Ibasuki. Who's that come off last? Ibasuki, according to the referee, who was in a real wrestle with Popovic. Tale, you could see how pumped up he was when Segacic got that second just before half-time. Greenmacher, it did look as though Sydney had done the hardest part coming from behind. Segacic's touch getting away from him. Thurgate Bozanovsky again. Just over.
Well, momentum has really shifted, hasn't it? You mentioned it, Robbie. Their tails are up now, Western United. Playing with confidence. That wasn't a bad effort from Reece Bozanovsky. Andrew Redmayne having to be just careful enough to get the tip over the bar. Wasn't sure.
Quality with the corner, drives it in hard this time towards Ibasuki. Dylan Lennon just chips it back in. Kane Vidmar cleared by Hayden Matthews. Oh, the interception. Wahim gets the right side of Wality. Wahim still with Klimala. Segicic ahead of him. Oh, and it's well read in the end by Russell, but the pass was not the best.
No, you're right. Tate Russell did well there. He actually saw that the danger was the overlapping run and just stepped across the line of the pass. Klimala didn't see him coming until it was too late.
Well, you certainly feel, as we approach the midway point of this second half, that there are more goals in this one. A rare wayward pass from Anthony Caceres. Just the one substitution so far, and that one in force when Kane Vidmar had to come on for Charbel Shamoun.
Yes, 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 no. Yes, yes, the bell.
Aloisi again calling his side to press forward despite leading 3-2. Douglas Costa is in an offside position, I think, as Sutton comes outside his box to clear long towards Botic. Ibasuki gets there. Oof.
Just needed to lift that one over the top or bend it around.
That's a good switch. Douglas Costa finding Lolly. Wants it on his left foot against Russell. Goes down to the byline. The cutback blocked by Thurgate. Lolly again. Turn behind, and Sydney FC looking for a response now. Corner number 6 for Sydney FC. The XG between the two sides basically level as the header is in. Ryan Grant, Sydney FC's all-time leading appearance maker, with a bullet header into the bottom corner. And the goals are flowing in Allianz. 3-3.
Well, as simple as that. And the Harvey Norman replay. Good ball in from Anas Wahim. And Ryan Grant really doesn't have to do too much, does he? Just drifts around that penalty area. It's a great header. And if we have a look at where all Sydney shots have come, there's a whole big mass around that area, around the penalty spot. And there's another one. A good header from Ryan Grant. But just way too easy for John Aloisi's team.
Well, he just brought up match number 350 in all competitions a couple of weeks ago. That's his 17th A-League goal for the 2020 Joe Marston medalist. And who wants to win this one? Who wants to go on with it now? 21 minutes left. Douglas Costa with Wahim. Well, he knew what was coming. And Kane Vidmar with the challenge. Douglas Costa with a good touch. Just getting there in front of Bozanovsky, who claims he got the ball, but not enough of it. That's the first goal from a corner this season for Sydney FC as well.
Well, these are very dangerous situations as well, with the delivery that the Sydney FC players have. As we've already spoken about the number of them that can whip those balls into dangerous positions.
Again, it comes in, and again, it's a good ball from Douglas Costa. Klimala was there. I think it's Courtney Perkins. There's the referee. Says it's time for another drinks break. Well, what a match of football we have on our hands this afternoon. 20 minutes left. Sydney 3, Western United 3. Let's head down to Tristan McManus, who must be enjoying the show on the sidelines.
Absolutely loving it, guys. Just like you guys. Look, we all expected more goals in the second half. Probably not split as much as they are. There's so much frustration. Like, I'm so happy I'm not a Sydney fan, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but you'd be so frustrated with what's going on there at the back. Like, there's obviously a danger. I mean, you know you can score goals, so you can't give up on your team on that, but you know you're going to concede goals. And as individuals, they're all great players at the back there. Just for me, it doesn't work, and I don't know what it is that they need there. It seems like they need an experienced head in beside one of them. Matthews is unbelievable. Of course he is. Pop is great as well, but there's just something that is not right with the back line. And of course, priority is always going to be, well, once we're scoring more goals, we're good here. But you can't keep going on week after week like that and that happening and having to rely on them. Like, you see, there's a lot of high fives after Ryan Grant's goal, but there's no celebrations, and there shouldn't be either. There's times when Sydney really should be out of sight here, but you keep giving Western chances, and they're gonna take them. So, I mean, what do I know, though?
You know plenty, Tristan. I think you just told us just about all of it. Well, I agree with you insofar as Sydney FC are turning Ufuk Tale's hair even whiter, and that Western United do look dangerous every time they come forward.
Well, you just said to me, Robbie, as Tristan was giving you his opinion, that you think they should have, with two young centre-backs, they should have 2 sixes to protect them in front. And you may have a point there. If you can't have or you don't have a senior centre-back in that pairing at the back, then maybe you do have to give them a little bit of protection in front of that. But that's not the way that Sydney and Wolfie want to play. They want to play that 5 players going forward, attacking, pressing high.
And that's really how it's been since the start of the season. Also, Leo Senna in that number 6 role, which is his role. It's not even Anthony Caceres' preferred position, as well as Wality has done well. Bozanowski putting his body about. Douglas Costa managing to poke it through, but Kane Vidmar returned the favour. Thurgate spotting a little hole, accelerating. He's done well, Thurgate, looking for Wality.
Just a little frustration there, wasn't it, from Wality? Got behind his man and then just pulled Courtney Perkins to the ground. Look, the game's on a knife edge, really, isn't it? You can see either team getting a winning goal in this match.
Segacic with Waim. He's still seeing a lot of the ball and getting into good areas. And that's Waim. I mean, to be fair, that attacking 5 is seeing a lot of the ball. They just can't find that finishing touch at the moment. Meanwhile, John Aloisi is preparing for 2 more changes. Matt Grimaldi, Michael Roos preparing to come in to the contest. And in typical John Aloisi fashion, they are attacking changes. Just the 1 win so far this season was Thurgate. That could have gone anywhere as it bounced off Douglas Costa. In the end, it's with Tomoki Imai. Quality. Is this going to be one of his final contributions? Leonard with Russell. Danzaki, the cross is a good one. Ibasuki wasn't in the middle, that's where really you would have wanted him. Imai, excellent piece of defending from Courtney Perkins.
Well, I thought Imai might have spied that across first touch. We're having that touch before crossing, it allowed Courtney Perkins to get back.
And it is Abel Wallity who's going to be replaced by Matt Grimaldi.
Substitution for Western United.
Well, Wallity has his first goal of the season. Grimaldi still looking for his, the number 10 who was outstanding last season.
And there's the goal from Abel Wallity. He's been good again today. He's given Ryan Grant a real hard time, and he is, as we all know, a real class defender. And I just think the more match minutes we see in this young man's legs, the better we'll see him. Very strong, very powerful. Plenty of young talent at Western United.
Sydney FC are preparing a couple of changes of their own as well. We'll just have to wait a moment. I don't think Ufuk Talay will do that while defending a corner.
Number 24, Michael Bruce.
Jaden Kaczarski, the late goal specialist, and Thiago Quintal. Obviously another one of those whipped balls. Angus Thurgate. Kaczarski, who got that brilliant late winner against Brisbane in the 3-2 win at Suncorp. Also on the score sheet in Asia this season as well. In the 3-1 win over Kaya last week. Oh, that's clever. Courtney Perkins saying he didn't get a touch, but he found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You can see what his argument is that I don't kick out at him, but the foot is left out there that he runs into.
And again, Ufuk Talay decides not to make those two substitutions just yet while his side are on the back foot. Grimaldi dinking it in towards Ibasuki. Thurgate. As we've got a Sydney FC player down on the pitch. I think it's Popovic. Is it Jordan? Yes, it is. Alexander Popovic, who's only on loan for another couple of games. Let's have a look. Oh, head clash?
Yeah. I think it was Ibasuki looking to, head the ball and put Popovic instead.
Well defended, under pressure. Popovic, who plays for Gwangju in Korea. Now Thiago Quintal, who's come off the bench so far in his A-League career. Got his first ever start in the 3-1 win over Kaya. Ilo FC. Sydney FC, who will take on Bangkok United in the next round, the last 16 of the ACL2 competition. Now they have to check for concussion.
Well, I think Alexander Popovic is saying, I struggle to do that when I haven't got concussion.
He's been given the thumbs up. So at the point that they currently hold, Sydney FC will not be climbing back into the six. That little stoppage has meant another little drinks break for both sides. The Sydney FC fans behind the goal have been making plenty of noise. They've had a pretty entertaining match of football so far as well. 10 minutes to go. Now we're going to see those substitutions. Adrian Segicic is replaced by his good mate, Jaden Kucharski.
Substitution for Sydney FC coming on, number 7.
And Quintal comes on to replace Costa.
Coming on, number 25, Jaden Kucharski.
And again, Douglas Costa, we saw moments, mostly in the delivery, so dangerous, but perhaps just not quite the pace to get involved in open play as much as Sydney would like.
Well, certainly his delivery is a danger. He's combining quite well with his fellow teammates.
Substitution for Sydney FC coming off, number 11.
Wozanovski turns well, looking for Roos. Long ball from Andrew Redmayne has found Joe Lolly. Drives it in, deflected and cleared by Dylan Leonard. Caceres with Quintal, Matthews, Polfovic, and with Douglas Costa coming off. The average age has just dropped another little bit with Quintal and Kucharski coming on. Hayden Matthews long, one for Lolly to chase. Oh, we saw Kane Vidmar inadvertently play in Bruno Fornaroli a couple of weeks ago. That was one of those stretching headers from Dylan Leonard that time. Quintal with Waim. Oh, just too quick. Getting the ball and keeping it moving despite opposition players in close quarters. Quintal, he's done that well. Turning, looking for Waim. Nice first touch. Lolly is free. Joe Lolly on the left. Brilliant piece of defending from Tate Russell in his 100th professional match.
Well, it's fantastic defending, you're right, from Tate Russell. But what about the weight of pass from Waim? He knew that Lolly wants it on his left foot, so he just left it a little short so he could run around and try and bend it into that far post. But as you say, Russell, wonderful defending.
Here is Waim again, near post this time. The header away by Grimaldi. Out to close down, Waim. Crosses back in, it's under hit this time on the left boot. Cleared by Kane Vidmar. John Aloisi is heading for his bench again. It's going to be Jordan Lawton preparing to come in now. Well, that's a nice touch from Klimala. Waim takes over. Waim shoots. Oh, it was dipping. You can see what he was trying to do, and he almost pulled it off.
Well, it was good play from Klimala to hold it up, and it's dipping effort from Waim. And that had Matt Sutton, that full stretch.
Wozanovski is going to make way for Jordan Lawton.
Substitution for Western United coming off, number 23.
Made his debut against Sydney FC
Number 44, Jordan Lawton.
in Hobart. last season.
Well, I like him already. The hair's won me over already. I love it.
Came off the bench in the 3-1 loss to Melbourne victory a couple of weeks ago. Lawton does show a certain character. This is nicely worked again. He might. Well, he could have tried to cut that back, perhaps. Drove it hard across the face of goal. Leonard. So we have a look at the Paramount Plus player index. Adrian Segicic leading the way. Ryan Grant also on the scoreboard. And how about that for the goalkeeper, who's conceded 3 goals? He's there in 3rd place. That just tells you what an outstanding individual performance has been from Matt Sutton. And even the statistics can't deny him a place in the top 3 with 4 minutes to go. And of course that could all change in the next 4 minutes. We've already had 6 goals. There were 6 in this fixture last season. A 4-2 win for Sydney FC. 2-2 draw last time these two sides met. As Lolly with the big switch. Kucharski's not down for Klimala. Lays it off. Strong defending. Lawton, oh, that's a great ball for Roos. Redmayne thought about coming. Michael Roos, the chance to win it, perhaps. Brilliant finish. Just lifted it over Andrew Redmayne. And Western United go to celebrate. 4-3. What a match of football this has been. John Aloisi's side. The substitutes making the difference with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Well, have a look here. Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, just there, Michael Roos's run was blocked in his own half, but he still uses his strength and pace to get away. And that is a wonderfully composed finish. And what about the ball from young Lawton, who's just come on as well? The 2 substitutes combined, composure and a little dink over the on-rushing Redmayne. Could that have stolen all 3 points for Western United? That is a lovely finish.
And did Lawton enjoy that? Jordan Lawton. An assist for him.
I told you I liked him.
Well, the pass was quite brilliant. He was giving all the eyes down the left flank as well before switching it blind. "26 minutes of football last season." Now, as Ufuk-Talay is just about to make a couple of changes, has he decided to change his mind at the last moment? Popovic comes off. Replaced by Aaron Gerd. Aaron Gerd, who had a broken leg last season, makes his 3rd appearance after coming off the bench in the last 2, including the AFC 2 Champions League 2 match. And the other change sees Waim make way, and Pat Wood has come on up front. Patrick Wood going to provide the moment. Quintal's done brilliantly. Kucharski wanted the ball on the left. It just didn't have the power to really test and inspired Matt Sutton this evening. 30 seconds left. Tale wants his side to press hard, wants his side to attack at every opportunity, but when you have so many quality players in an attacking sense that Sydney FC have, it's not always easy to strike the fine balance you need between defence and attack. For John Aloisi, whose side have been there or thereabouts on so many occasions this season without managing to get the win. Draws with Wellington Phoenix and Western Sydney, as well as MacArthur. The win over Perth. And losses to Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory in the derbies. There's Lawton, he's just rolled his ankle there. The first assist of his career was certainly a special moment for him. Tomoki Imai with the free kicks. 7 minutes of stoppage time. We've had the first of those. And Imai looks for Ibasuki. How about that for a touch from the big man? Ibasuki still. He's managed to get the cross all the way into the box as well. I think he was hoping for a corner. And now, nervy moment for Quintal. Thurgate over the top. Danzaki lurking. Western United looking to take this one beyond Sydney FC. The cross back in, Redmayne punches. Lawton was looking to drive it back in first time. Imai settles things down with Dylan Leonard. Flag up for offside against Michael Roos from when it was launched forward.
Well, it's been one of those games, Robbie, where you still think there's a twist in the tail. There's something coming in this final 5 minutes.
Plenty of time. 42 shots at goal in the 92 minutes so far. 26 for Sydney FC, 16 for Western United. Danzaki feeds it through for Roos. Grimaldi was waiting in the middle. Defended by Gerd, and the visitors will not be pressed to take this. Will they even find someone to take this corner, I wonder?
Well, Angus Thurgate's walking over at the slowest walking pace I think you can imagine me do.
And now, having not been able to find any, there are 3 of them heading over to take this. This will require clearly a discussion.
Well, Tale is obviously noticed, and now there's a flat ball.
Well, the fans are not happy either. Thurgate. The experience of 152 A-League matches. Looking to wind down the clock. And a little smile as well. Ibasuki. Oh, he's done well. Ibasuki to get that back. And then falling under the challenge from Ryan Grant, who doesn't feel there was much in it.
Well, I tend to agree with that. I think Ibasuki's done very well there to kid the referee. What are the odds that this ball isn't going to go central, Robbie?
Is it going to go about half a metre? We'll see. Sydney FC are certainly ready to try and... There's only Michael Roos to aim for in the middle. There it is. A little touch for Ibasuki. Now Danzaki. Wasn't a bad idea from Riku Danzaki, but no one was making that run. And Sydney FC have it back a few seconds earlier than they might have. their fans still jumping, still singing and chanting, encouraging from behind the goal. The Cove. 2 minutes left. That may even be extended after the antics around that corner taking. Good. Next up for Sydney FC, it's Adelaide next Friday, and then the Big Blue against Melbourne Victory. Auckland for Western United, so Auckland will be watching this. Oh, it's Grimaldi ahead of their match in Melbourne tomorrow. Grimaldi's done well. Ruse leaves it. Danzaki to finish it. Oh, and it just bounced up and off Redmayne and out for a goal kick.
Well, he's done well there, Andrew Redmayne. Quick off the mark, out to smother. And that would have been all over.
Wanderers versus Brisbane Roar is coming up on 10 Bold and Paramount Plus. As well this evening. And we'll still have time for Perth versus the Newcastle Jets after that as well. A massive Saturday of Isuzu Ute A-League football, and we're not finished here just yet. Sydney FC looking for an equaliser. Lolly just turned straight into trouble. Oh, and Jordan Lawton, he saw Redmayne off his line, went for glory.
Yeah, it's not the time.
You can hear Ufuk Talay saying, let's go long. There's going to be a yellow card for Ruse, who for the moment has scored what looks like being the winner. Mind you, all that could be about to change. There goes the second ball on the pitch from the Western United technical area. Ufuk Talay not happy. Quintal turns inside. Caceres. Lolly wants it. Joe Lolly looked to get it back onto his left. It's well defended by Russell. And it's the second win of the season for Western United. Michael Ruse with the late winner. An incredible match of football. Look at the emotion for Michael Ruse. His teammates ran to share this moment with him. Clearly, this is a very important match and a very important moment for Michael Ruse, who has broken down after the final whistle in tears. Well, it started in amazing fashion. Noah Botic in the 3rd minute before an Adrian Segicic double had Sydney in front at the break. Quality, Bozanovsky and Grant had it all set up for the grandstand finale at 3-3, and Michael Ruse duly obliged. And it's finished here. A quite thrilling 4-3 win for Western United. Mackie, you can see John Aloisi with this young team. Only the Mariners and Newcastle with a younger average starting 11 this season. As we have a look at the Harvey Norman highlights, quite a remarkable result for them.
Well, it was a great result. It started off so well from Noah Botic in the 3rd minute, and as the first half wore on, Sydney FC were getting plenty of chances, and Adrian Segicic got 2 of them and put them away. And when you got into half-time, you thought maybe now Sydney FC are going to run away with this. And just like they started the first half, Western United came out in the second and banged one away with Abel Wallati at the back.